Hey everybody, I think everything's good. Is everything okay? Are we rolling? Let me know down in the chat, just let me know if everything's going okay. If there's like any issues with the sound or, the picture or anything, I'll see if I can fix it. But yeah, I think we're good to go. Hey, what's going on, you guys? My name is the Raptor, and welcome to the fourth live stream Q&A hangout video or stream or whatever. I'm really happy you guys are here. I'm really excited to get started. It's going to be for about 2 hours. So right now it's 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for me, and it's going to go to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, you can drop in and out if you want. I don't expect anyone to stay here for the full 2 hours, even though I am. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, no, this is, I think this is going to be fun. Okay, everyone's saying hi. You look like you're about to stab someone in that lighting. There's a real reason why I have this instead of the old lighting. The old lighting cast like a terrible shadow on my cheeks. It just looked awful. And like I would normally be over there, like on the other side of the camera, or like the camera would be pointed that way. But honestly, I think this looks a little better if I'm being perfectly honest. Hey, everyone's saying what's up? Hey guys, thank you so much for joining. First time on one of your live streams, well, welcome. Thank you for joining. So I do have slow mode enabled here, just because, I don't want, too many questions coming in all at once, because I've like never been able to keep up. I think I was able to keep up like the first time for 1,000 subscribers, and then after that it was just awful. But yeah, no, today we're just gonna go through some questions, just talk. They don't, of course, I assume there's gonna be a lot of versus questions here, but it can really be about anything, Question: who wins, Soldier versus Sarge? I've heard this like a bunch of times. I know a lot of people used to think Sarge, and I've heard some reasoning for Soldier, but I don't know all the information. I'm gonna say Sarge for right now, but I don't know if the general consensus on that has changed. I don't know anything. I don't know everything about the characters anyway. But yeah, let's keep going. Yo, congrats on 3,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. Are you Sack or Dame gang? I did change my name to Dame for like a few hours, and I changed it back. I've never technically been in the Sack game name-wise. So yeah, I guess that might answer it. Hi everyone. Yeah. Captain Jack Sparrow versus Indiana Jones. It's been a long time since I've seen any of those movies. Jack, like later in the movies though, he's played as a joke. Like he really is not competent. Indiana Jones though has gotten really old. And the whip could give him the range advantage. Although Jack in the original movies was like really smart and he could like outmaneuver people. I think maybe if we're looking at them like in their first movies, Jack is better suited for combat, but it might differ like if you're looking at them like at their most recent. How you been doing? I'm doing great. Thank you so much, man. What's your opinion on Poe versus Monkey Kid? I'm not sure I know who that is, Monkey Kid. I don't know if you're making a joke there, or if that's like a legit character. I don't know, sounds cool. If Carnage returned to Death Battle, who do you think he could fight? The first person that comes to mind is like Alex Mercer, but I think he's gonna fight Cole, so that's probably not gonna happen. Okay, yeah, even with slow mode, we got a lot of questions coming in, which I kind of expected. Who would win, Zico? Is that supposed to be Zuko or Bakugo? I say Bakugo if it's Zuko. If Zico is another character, I don't know who that is. Who wins, Atrocitus versus Red Hulk? Atrocitus definitely has like stronger abilities, but if you want to play like Red Hulk really high up there, you can make the argument for it. Personally, I lean more towards Atrocitus. That's what I would say, but like someone could easily make the argument either way. Atrocitus is definitely more versatile though. Do you think Scott Pilgrim would be in Smash Bros? Maybe at some point, but we only have one spot left for the rest of the for Smash Ultimate. So I'm not sure if he's going to be in that last spot. Personally, I think he won't be. And didn't he technically start as a comic book character? Because they only have like characters that originate from video games, unless I'm getting something completely wrong. What's your favorite death battle? I'm not sure. Sometimes it's Naruto versus Ichigo. I still really like that one. Obi-Wan Kenobi versus Kakashi was another really good one. Poe versus Iron Fist was good. Even Wolverine versus Raiden, I still really like that one. So yeah, those are some of my favorites. Congrats on 3,000 subscribers. And yeah, sadly Sarge, but I would root for Soldier. Okay, I see. Is there a social media influencer or YouTuber you would want to see as a guest for Death Battle cast? Well, I wouldn't want someone who's like completely unfamiliar with the topic to be a part of it. Like, Like Markiplier, for instance, he wouldn't know anything, you know. So I mean, like if we're talking like, you know, a YouTuber who's like into this kind of stuff, maybe Duo Dreamer. I think that could be cool. Congrats on 3K. Thank you. Freddy Krueger versus Pennywise. Well, this is kind of like, you know, well, the true form, because a lot of people are kind of in debate like whether or not that should be included in a versus debate. If you include the true form, I'm pretty sure Pennywise wins. But if not, then I'm not 100% sure. What are your thoughts on the Uncharted movie? It's not the kind of thing I'm too into, to be honest. I've never played Uncharted before, but it does seem kind of interesting. Tom Holland, though, I'm not sure if that was the perfect choice for Nathan Drake. I don't know that much about Nathan Drake, but from what I do know, I don't know. Maybe they could have got someone better, but he's still a great actor, though, so I'm sure he'll do good. Why ask questions on YouTube live stream and not on your Discord server? Why ask questions on YouTube live stream and not your Discord server? You mean like, why don't I do like a live thing on Discord? Or I'm not 100% sure what you're saying, but I don't know. I like live streaming on YouTube. I think that's like the heart of the question. Why am I doing this? But like, I do like live streaming on YouTube. I think it's cool for the people who aren't part of Discord. It lets us talk, you know? Do you think Courage versus Scooby-Doo is going to happen this season? This season, no, because I think they're kind of done with cartoon characters. I'd be surprised if there are any more, but I could see it happening later. What else we got? What do you think of Doomsday versus Mangog? I think it's okay. I don't, like, that's not a fight I think about too often, to be honest. Usually when I think of Doomsday, I think of SCP-682, but I know there's, like, a lot of controversy surrounding that fight. But, like, I have seen some people talk about it. I don't know that much about Mangog, so, it's hard for me to say, you know, whether or not I think it would work. But, you know, maybe it could be cool. What is your favorite episode of the Linksy series season 8 so far? I'm a little biased. But I want to say like the most recent one, because Red Lightning was in it a lot. Like he was in it. I'm not sure if that was the most he got for the whole season, or if it was just like for the last few episodes it was the most screen time he got. But I did watch it. I thought it was very well done. You know, I try to improve on my acting. Hopefully I'm doing a good job. Monkey Kid is a Lego character. Okay. So sorry, I still don't know who that is. Red Fist or Blood Punch? Like in terms of personal preference, maybe Blood Punch. Who would win, Gore the God Butcher or Asura from Soul Eaters? Or Soul Eater. I want to say Gore, unless I'm really misinterpreting how powerful Asura would be. But I want to say Gore would win. He's crazy powerful. Cake or pie? The answer is cake. That's the answer, okay? If you think differently, then I'm gonna debunk you. No, I'm kidding. You have think about in Xehanort. So what do you think about Xehanort versus Palpatine from DBX? I actually put a ranking of the DBXs in a community post. It's my third favorite. I really enjoyed it. Honestly, a lot of the DBX episodes were pretty good, or at least they were. It was a good season for DBX, a really good one. The only thing I didn't really like about it was the ending, but other than that, it was very well animated. Have you ever heard of an anime show, Duel Masters? I think I've heard the name, but I don't know anything about it, so I can't really say anything about that. Favorite character, not counting yourself, of Season 8 Linksy series, and why that character? Who's my favorite? I mean, I do like Linksy. I like how she's kind of flawed, you know, how she's not, like, you know, perfect. Like, no one in the show is perfect. No one's, like, you know, pure good. And I wouldn't even say anyone's pure evil either. Everyone's distinct, and everyone, like, has their own, you know, flaws and their own, you know, struggles. So maybe Linksy. I don't know. That's the kind of thing I would have to think about more. Who would win, Pinkie Pie versus Bugs Bunny? I'd assume Bugs Bunny. I'd assume his Toon Force is a lot more powerful. Atrocitus is fodder, shaking my head. Color scaling. Right, I completely forgot about that. I gotta say congratulations. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. What do you think of the matchup Deku versus Gon? See, here's the thing. Before I was told by a lot of people that matchup sucked. I think maybe more people like it now because Deku's gotten more powerful. Because I think before Gon was a lot more powerful, but now Deku has gotten more powerful. I think it's a fine fight. You know, I used to be a big fan of Deku versus Ms. Marvel, but Deku's gotten so strong now that I don't even know if that's worth doing. I don't know. Let's see what else we got. We got to keep scrolling, yeah. Even with slow mode on, it's impossible. I'll probably have to go through these quicker. Who wins SMG4 versus Devil Artemis and Bizarro versus SMG3? I don't know any of the SMG stuff, so I'm sorry I can't really talk about that. I've heard Bizarro versus SMG3 thrown around before, but I've never really bothered to look into it. See, here's the thing about versus questions that I want to make clear right off the bat. I don't research characters in my spare time for the sake of versus debating. I don't spend my spare time debating with people. Whenever I look up characters, it's probably just for the YouTube channel, whether it's like a who and why or a death battle prediction video or something, or if it's something like I'm genuinely interested in. So, whenever like people ask me questions randomly, I never have all the information. That's just kind of the way it is, So these are just my initial thoughts. Do not take anything I say as fact. Do you watch Death Battle bloopers? I did. Are they still doing those? I haven't seen them in a while, but I was watching them for a while. I think they're kind of funny. How powerful is Broly from Dragon Ball Super and Immortal Hulk fused together? Holy crap. Everything is dead. Sorry, I meant Zuko versus Bakugo. Yeah, I figured. Do you think Kratos could fit in Smash Bros? Maybe. I mean, there are some characters that I would not have expected to have been in Smash Bros or to have worked in Smash Bros, and they did anyway. So, maybe it could work. But I think they would need to put a lot of effort into it to make it work. I do think there are better options, personally. What else we got? What would make the perfect death battle in your opinion? I guess good idea, really solid connections and dynamic and everything like that. Like the idea in general is just really good, and also the execution, really good animation, really funny and informative analyses. Just like something that's easy to understand but also really, really enjoyable, I would say. Say Amity versus Springtrap is cool 10 times. I'll say it one time. Amity versus Springtrap is cool. I don't know if I just started a war or something, but I said it. Duel Masters is a card game series like Yu-Gi-Oh! Only different. Okay, the only card game anime I ever watched was Bakugan, and even then I didn't watch that much of it. I think I watched all of Gundalian Invasion and a little bit of the original, and that was it. Can you ban Sakinator? He's mean. Yeah, I'll do that right after the stream. What death battle do you think will happen after Batman versus Iron Man? I'm hoping for Madara versus Aizen, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Maybe Samus versus Master Chief, although they might want to save that for later if they're going to do that one at all. But yeah, I'm hoping for Madara versus Aizen personally. Does you is the when? Correct. Which pixelated fight do you wish was 3D instead? Well, I kind of have a feeling that Batman versus Iron Man is going to be in 2D sprites, and I know it would be impossible, based on everything they're trying to do, it would be impossible to do it in 3D. But if it was somehow possible, that'd be freaking amazing. So I guess I'll say that one right now. But if you're talking one that has already happened, trying to think of one that happened earlier in the season that I thought could have worked well in 3D. Maybe Doctor Doom versus Lex Luthor. Since I already didn't really like the idea, I think maybe that would have been what I would have preferred. Like Pokemon, what if Yu-Gi-Oh! Had a live-action movie too? Honestly, I probably wouldn't watch it because I'm not that into Yu-Gi-Oh! I didn't watch Pokemon Detective Pikachu either. But yeah, if they could do a good job with it, I don't see why it couldn't work. Who would win Pennywise versus Sinestro? I think True Form Pennywise would beat Sinestro, maybe. But if we're looking at not True Form, then probably Sinestro. I agree with that fellow over there, Ban Sack. Yeah, of course. Thoughts on a live-action death battle, but with cartoon characters like Roger Rabbit kind of death battle? Honestly, for stuff like cartoon characters, I'd prefer if they just stick to hand-drawn animation or 2D sprites if they really have to. I think there's there's an opportunity for that stuff to look cursed, honestly. If they could somehow pull it off, I think that'd be amazing, but if they don't have full confidence they can make it look good, I recommend they just stick to the other stuff. That's just me personally. What's your favorite Power Rangers season? I don't watch much Power Rangers. I never watched any of the original series. I guess I can tell you the shows I watched. I watched the Overdrive and Jungle Fury, pretty much all of those shows all the way through, and a little bit of RPM, and that was it. I think I gravitated more towards Jungle Fury. But that's just me. I'd still like for more cartoon characters to be in Death Battle, like maybe another My Little Pony character like Applejack against Sandy Cheeks from SpongeBob. I have no doubt that cartoon characters are going to come to Death Battle. I hope they come more frequently. I just doubt we're going to get more for this season. I'd love if we did, but I think it's kind of unlikely. Should Disney do a live action Hunchback of Notre Dame or Notre Dame? I mean, if they could pull it off, like, the thing is, I don't like live action remakes in general because I just don't see the point. If I watch the live action remake, I've never liked the live action version more than the original. I can just go back and watch the original. Some of them are really bad. I know it's just like a way to make money, you know? If you enjoy live action remakes for Disney, that's perfectly fine. That means they're making it for a good reason. But I don't know. That's not really what I'm into. I think that is a movie though that could work if they do it right. Like some I think don't work at all. Jotaro versus Spider-Man, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure versus Marvel. Well, I mean, like, I guess if we're looking at Jotaro as like Star Platinum is like light speed. I've heard estimations though he might be faster. So you might be able to argue he's faster than Spider-Man, but the spider sense would still be, you know, a good way to keep up. Spider-Man wouldn't be able to hurt Jotaro. That's the problem. But I feel like Spider-Man's a lot stronger and more durable. And he's fought characters, I feel, like that before. So I think because of experience, I might want to go with Spider-Man, but I could see it going either way. Water or soda? I should drink more water in my life, but I love, like, Coke and stuff a little too much. My favorite, by the way, is Dr. Pepper. I live in Canada, by the way. It's not as widely available in Canada. Thoughts on the newest trailer on Venom, Let There Be Carnage, assuming you've seen it? Personally, I think it's improved as Carnage looks more lanky. I do like the Carnage design. I think they've really nailed that. And I'm really excited to see Carnage in a live-action movie, because we haven't gotten that yet. And it might be the only time we do get it. But the problem is that the trailer in general feels too similar to the first movie. And I didn't like the first movie very much. I thought it was really sloppy. So, you know, I hope the movie turns out really well, but I don't know if it will. I have my fingers crossed, but we'll see. Who will win Sakura Haruno versus Yang Xiaolong? Probably Sakura. What if Null was Krona from Soul Eater's father? I mean, I'm not too familiar with the Soul Eater story, so I don't know exactly like what that would entail. But like we're talking about Null though, who's a Marvel character. Probably Krona would be a lot more powerful. That'd probably be like tied to the reveal if that was the case. Shaggy versus Dan Hibiki. Shaggy all day, all night, all the time. What's your favorite underrated death battle request? Mine is Me Brawler versus Jump Force Avatar. So much connection, but underrated. Well, I don't know if this is really considered underrated because I don't know if people even really know about it. But personally, a death battle I really want to see is Inigo Montoya from Princess Bride versus Puss in Boots from Shrek. I think it's a really funny fight idea. Oh, I guess actually one that has been talked about a little bit that I want to see is Mr. Miggs' Pitlick from DC versus Q from Star Trek. I think that's a better answer. The true question beyond questions, is New York style cheesecake actually cake or pie? I've never had that actually. I've been to New York at least once. I think I've been there twice, but I've never had that. I think it's whatever your heart desires. I don't know what your heart desires, so sorry. Who wins? Bowser Jr. versus Princess Morbucks. I do not really know. Should I know who Princess Morbucks is? Because the name is not ringing a bell. I don't know. Bowser Jr. though, Mario scaling in general would put him at a high level. I don't know. Coke or Pepsi or both. I like Coke a little more, but I will take either. I won't take both at the same time though. What's your most wanted DBX fights? Well, I want like it needs to be something that like would like work really like with a fast-paced animation. Like I'm trying to think like my most wanted death battles. What actually hasn't happened as a DBX yet? I'm trying to think. Stitch versus Rocket Raccoon, I think, could make a good DBX episode. What else we got? Gray Zone or Black Nightmare. I'm not really sure what those are. Apologies. Yeah, if I don't know what something is, I don't have too much to say about it. And I don't have time to look it up or anything. So apologies in advance. What if the Batman Who Laughs had the Carnage symbiote? Again, we're all screwed. Honestly, though, I'm not sure if the Carnage symbiote would add much more to Batman Who Laughs because he's already really strong. Like, he has feats that put him at a ridiculously high level. I'm gonna have some water. I had the smart idea to get some water. because I'll be talking for a long time. I only have one bottle though, and I already started drinking before it started, so. Parallax versus Dark Phoenix. Um, Parallax versus Dark Phoenix. My gut is saying Dark Phoenix, but I could be wrong. I could see the argument being made for Parallax. It's kind of like how much you buy for the scaling for each of them. You could put Phoenix at a really high level, but you could do the same with Parallax. Scooby versus Courage. I've heard more people say Courage, and I kind of understand why, but I'd want to do more research on that. Pretty sure Deku kind of one-shots Gon. Okay, well, if I don't know that much about Gon. You know, if Deku's gotten that much more powerful, then sure. I do think Gon at least originally did win, though. I don't know who wins now. What's a good opponent for Nova? Sam Alexander, so the second Nova. Well, I'd imagine it'd be like another legacy hero, but I'd have to think about that more. Maybe like Jessica Cruz, because she's like the young Green Lantern. But that's like another Nova versus Green Lantern fight. I don't know. That's the first thing that came to my head. I think of actor Nick Cannon portraying the villain for a live-action Yu-Gi-Oh movie. Okay, again, I don't really know who the villain is, but that's all right. What do you think of what did you think of Cuphead versus Bendy DBX? That already happened, right? Like that happened on DBX. I haven't seen it in a long time, but I thought it was good. Do you think Death Battle should do cryptids or monsters fights like Dracula Battle Royale Death Battle? I always say that the more you put in there, the better. Like, you know, even if you don't like monster fights, let Death Battle do one and try it out, you know? And if you don't like it, you don't have to go back and rewatch it. I always say that more variety is good because you always have what you liked when it came out. You can go back and rewatch it. And if you don't like the other stuff that comes out, like the newer stuff that has new things, you don't have to rewatch it if you don't want to. So I always say more variety is good. Not personally, I'm not sure if I'd be super interested in like monster fights. I do like some monsters, but not all of them. A Dracula Battle Royale might be cool though. Between these two franchises, which do you think is a more need to return to Death Battle, Team Fortress 2 or God of War? Well, would any God of War characters really like come back other than Kratos? Because that's like the only one I hear talked about. Maybe there are more though. Team Fortress 2 though, I think you'd get more creative. You think Vector beats Verminator? That's pretty stinky poo-poo. Listen, I don't care. It's whatever, right? Like I didn't know the whole Verminator thing. Like I didn't know the whole meme because I'm a dum-dum. But yeah, no, I'm always right. Everyone knows that. No, I'm not. I didn't expect the Q&A today. I just got back from shopping with one of your who and whys as portrait, that being Scarlet Spider versus Spider-Man. Good times. Yeah, really long time ago. Yeah, the Q&A was today, but I can understand like losing track of it. I think Death Battle should do Yu-Gi-Oh versus Duel Masters, Yu-Gi-Moto versus Shobu, a card battle to the death. Okay, that's pretty cool. Homelander has a lot of matchups, but he dies to everyone, even William Afton. I'm sure if you look like really hard enough, you could probably find one. Does he die? Like, does he lose to Brightburn? Because I don't hear that fight talked about that much anymore. But I thought a lot of people were saying that Brightburn lost that one. Maybe I'm wrong, though. Although, again, I'm sure if you look really hard enough, even if you have to look like really obscure, you could find something that makes sense and where he wins. But yeah, I agree. He loses to a lot of characters. Favorite character? Also enjoy your content. Thank you so much. My favorite character in fiction is like a three-way tie between Nightcrawler, Beast Boy, and Spider-Man. Nightcrawler and Beast Boy for nostalgia, and I think Spider-Man honestly is my favorite superhero. But again, I have the nostalgia for the other characters that makes it hard for me to go against them. What have we got? What's your opinion on Black Hat versus Nightmare, Villainous versus Kirby? I only really know Nightmare. I don't know anything about Villainous or Black Hat or anything like that. So it seems like it could be cool, but I don't know that much about how it would work. Bardock versus Omni-Man. I think that's a cool fight. I think it's one of Omni-Man's best options. I do think Omni-Man would win based on what I've heard. I want to say I'm a big fan of your videos. I drew fan art for your fan-made Supervillain Sinister Strange on Instagram. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much. That's really cool. What matchups would you say are a good alternative for Goku Black that isn't Yellow Wally West? For Goku Black, I've heard I've heard some other options. Like there's Black Adam, but like I think that's a little one note. Any kind of like, you know, negative hero or something like that I think could work if you really want to want to pull that string. But yeah, no, it would take some thinking to think of another one. Personally, I like Goku Black versus Reverse Flash because they have a lot of connections. Like there's the time connection, and they both like masqueraded as the main heroes, like Goku and Barry. Like I think that's pretty cool, you know. And they have more, but I don't want to spend too much time on this. Followed by Ash Ketchum and Pikachu versus Kaio. I don't want to pronounce these names wrong. Kaio and Zatch Bell as a 3D fight. Hopefully Ash and Pikachu would win. Well, again, I don't know too much about the characters. How powerful is Ghost Rider? Oh god. Well, if you're looking at Zarathos, he's like on par with Mephisto, possibly even like more powerful than that. And Mephisto is an extra dimensional being, so that on its own makes you ridiculously overpowered. I don't know if I'd put him like to the same level as someone like Dormammu. Maybe I should be doing that. I don't know. I'd have to look more into Zarathos. If you're looking at just Ghost Rider on his own, he's still damn powerful, but he's not quite up to that level. Alex Mercer versus Maka from Soul Eater. Damn. Alex Mercer versus Maka. I need to do more research on Alex. I don't know that much about him. Excuse me. Maybe Maka with all the abilities, but the regen would make for an interesting fight. Hi, hello. Do you think Donald versus Daffy DBX should have been hand-drawn like Bendy versus Cuphead? I think that would have been cool, but honestly, I was perfectly satisfied with what happened. I think that's cool. What video games you've been playing lately? Still more Smash Bros. And Ultimate Alliance 3. We actually stopped playing Ultimate Alliance 3 for a little bit because we got stuck on the Kingpin boss battle, and we're still stuck on that. I don't know if we're just like bad players or if that's something a lot of people get stuck on. But yeah, we're going to try to go back into that at some point, but it's just frustrating. Who do you think Scott Pilgrim should fight? Maybe Travis Scott. I've heard a lot of people say him, but I don't really know who he is, so I don't know. What else we got? Do you think the next season of do you have the next season of Who and Why all planned out so far? No, but I have all the ideas that I'm considering in my phone right here. And there's a lot of them. Like, if I had to guess right now, I probably have like 40 to 50 ideas, like episode options. And I'm still going to keep collecting them until I have to finalize the season, and then I'll start whittling them down. But yeah, I don't have it planned out. And honestly, I have to get to work on the other Who and Why episodes. I knew Batman vs. Iron Man would eventually happen in Death Battle. I'm on Batman's side. In terms of who I'm rooting for, I don't really have a preference. I think I prefer Batman a little more than Iron Man. But in terms of like who's actually going to win, well, it just might depend on what they give the characters. And it does kind of annoy me that we still don't know what that is. You know, I understand it, but whatever. Kratos versus Thor, God of War versus Marvel. Well, what level is Kratos at? He got a lot more powerful, but Thor is also damn strong. My gut is telling me Thor, but I could be completely wrong. Maybe I am. What would you do if your boss fired you because you made this comment? Your sideburns are uneven. Well, then I'd double down. I'd say, like, yeah, your sideburns are uneven. Someone needed to tell you that. I don't know. If he's firing me already, then why would I hold back? I'm glad you're still enjoying Lightning. I had a backseat from the action due to the amount of villains in the season. Yeah, that makes sense. They still give your favorite role a good meaning throughout. Yeah, thank you so much. Ash versus Yugi or Ash versus Lucy? I don't know if this is controversial, but I kind of like Ash versus Yugi more. I just think it's cool. I think it's like, it is a major, like, you know, legacy fight that a lot of people have talked about for a long time. So I don't know. I like it. I think Ash versus Lucy is fine too. I know a lot of people prefer that one, but I don't know. Ash versus Yugi appeals more to me. Can you fart, please? On command? I don't think I can. I will let you know if it happens. Mike and Sully versus Shrek and Donkey. I would go with Shrek and Donkey just based on like experience, and Shrek has better feats than Sully in general. Sinestro versus Magneto. I think Sinestro. Magneto is really strong, but I'm not sure if he can get around Sinestro's abilities. I say Ash versus Lucy because Yugi stomps Ash by a lot. Okay, you know, fair enough. If you have your own preferences and that's what you want to judge it by, then I can understand that. Oh, crap. Where are we? Where are we going? I just skipped through a lot of stuff. Why Death Battle is saying that Game Sonic can't go with the speed of light? Well, I mean, like, Death Battle likes to do, like, they don't like to say a character is at a certain level if they can't, like, prove it undeniably, you know, there's no, like, there's without a shadow of a doubt that it's true. So the thing is, though, a lot of people in the scaling community don't really work like that. They work a little more loosely. Like, they say, like, it seems with a lot of people in the versus community, they like to say, like, if this is possible, it probably is correct, which, you know, I don't always agree with. I do think, though, that Sonic can go faster than the speed of light. But I do kind of respect how Death Battle, you know, they like to, you know, they don't want to go too far and, like, overhype a character if they can't 100% prove that they're there. Although sometimes it doesn't always work. Like, sometimes I do think they get stuff wrong because they don't want to be as lenient. What do you think of Roy from Full Metal Alchemist versus Levi from Attack on Titan? I think it's a fine fight. I know a lot of people don't really like it, and I don't know that much about the character, so I can't say for sure, but I think it's okay. Have you watched Sonic for Hire yet? If so, what's your favorite season minus season 2? I watched a little bit of it, but I kind of didn't have enough time to go through too much of it, and then I haven't gotten back to it. So I'll have to get back to you on that. Season 2, though, I'll keep that in mind. Who's your favorite Marvel villain? Maybe, like, I like Green Goblin and Carnage. Those are, like, my two favorite Spider-Man villains, but I also like Doctor Doom and Loki, and Magneto, too. I think he's badass. So pick and choose from that. I'm going to say Yugi versus Ash. The stomp is real, yes, but I like the matchup a lot. Okay, that's good. I think of Disney should do a live-action version of the Aristocrats. If not, I'll make it happen. Okay, you do you. You better change your answer on me versus Bugs, otherwise we'll buy you and shut your channel down. Oh my god. Okay. Come at me, mouse. Bad battle idea: Venom versus Black Canary. I understand why you're throwing that out there. Favorite stomp matchup. Well, let's see. If you consider Galactus versus Unicron to be a stomp, then I guess that would be my favorite. But I also do like Goku Black versus Reverse Flash as a general, like, rule, as a general idea. You have to get commission for if you gotta get, sorry, for a commission from Brandon Yates. If you got one, what would it be? I'd say one for Stitch versus Rocket Raccoon. I think the music for that could be funny. Thoughts on Morrigan versus Jean, Darkstalkers versus Bayonetta. I used to think I knew how Bayonetta scaling works. I don't think I do, so it's hard for me to say. Darkstalkers are really powerful, but I think Morrigan, though, she's like at the higher level, so my gut is saying Morrigan, but I could be wrong. Mickey do be dying to Bugs because Bugs Bunny is an animator. Well, Mickey has done, like, kind of similar things, but yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Hello there, hi, how you doing? Mookie versus 4. Am I pronouncing that correctly? I'm gonna say Mookie, because why not? Who wins? MCU Captain America versus Fox Wolverine. Well, I don't know if Captain America could kill Wolverine, because he's pretty damn unkillable even in the movies. But I think Captain America has better physical feats. Like, he's actually really powerful in the movies. But if it's to the death, I say Wolverine, because I think his claws will eventually get around the shield. And plus, you can make the argument that because the shield is just made out of vibranium in the movies and not like the proto-adamantium alloy that it is in the comics, you could actually make the argument, not saying it's 100% true, but you could actually make the argument that Wolverine could cut through the shield with enough force. So if it's to the death, I think Wolverine. But I think, like, if it's just like a sparring session, I think maybe Captain America. Silver Surfer versus White Lantern Kyle Rayner. Power Cosmic is freaking broken, but White Lanterns are also broken. Don't hate me for this. My gut is saying Kyle, but I could imagine Silver Surfer winning. Again, it's the kind of thing, like, I don't know all the things about the characters immediately, so this is just like my initial thoughts. How do you fart? I forgot. I don't remember either. Like, I've been holding it in forever. So, question for the chat and for Rappter. What is your most wanted death battle? For me, it's always been Galactus versus Unicron for, like, so many years, and I really hope we get it this season. If you want another answer, maybe Vision versus Red Tornado. Well, some live-action Disney are their own solo adventure, like Cruella, Maleficent. It's a different take on the character as usual. I prefer the OG, but I appreciate the new direction. I do think that in a perfect world, yeah, the live action movies would be like telling different stories rather than remaking movies, because then what's the point of seeing them? But even then, I still don't think they do the best job with them. I think they still feel kind of unnecessary. I never saw Cruella, but like, I don't need to know why she's so upset with Dalmatians. And based on what I've heard, the explanation isn't even that good. So I don't know. Again, they just bug me. If you like live action Disney movies, that's perfectly fine though. Saber versus Darth Vader. I think Saber, like the fake characters are just more powerful. Beast Boy versus Reptile. I'm pretty sure Beast Boy. He's definitely more versatile, and there are some transformations he has like that are absolutely broken. It's not even limited to animals, like it's limited to his imagination. Whereas I don't think I can say the same for Reptile. A lot of people don't know how powerful Beast Boy is. Reptile's powerful too, but I right now I'm saying Beast Boy. How would you feel about the Sims coming to Death Battle, and what opponents do you think they should fight? I don't know anything about the Sims. That's not something I'm into. That's not something that I know too much about. So I'm sure other people have their own opinions on that, but that's just not the kind of thing that I'm into. What else we got? I like the Lion King 2019 movie, though. Okay, that's perfectly fine. I never saw it. I definitely, though, like, just looking at the trailers, wish that they were more expressive. I don't know, is this some kind of hot take that the Disney, that like, I don't like the Disney remakes? Because, I don't know, that's just how it is for me. Who wins, Galactus or Unicron? Well, I don't... Part of me doesn't want to say in case like it does happen in Death Battle, and I want to save it for my prediction. But we don't know what's going to happen for sure, and you know the prediction or the video will still be a long ways away. So I guess for right now, I'll just say Galactus. I think, especially with the Ultimate Nullifier, he has ways to get around Unicron's survivability, and in general, he's just more powerful to my knowledge. Venom might be bad, don't say it. I mean, any movie might be bad, right? But I don't know, like, if you enjoyed the first Venom movie, then you'll probably enjoy the second one if it's pretty similar. Personally, though, I didn't enjoy it that much. Princess Morbucks is from Powerpuff Girls. Okay, thank you for that. Princess Morbucks is from Powerpuff Girls. Okay, thank you, guys. Random question, but what do you think of my trailers? I think they're pretty good. I don't watch too many trailers on YouTube, but I have seen some of yours. I think they're good. Who wins, QnA versus Spawn? I think Spawn. Unless I'm misinterpreting how powerful QnA is. Did you ever watch All Dogs Go to Heaven TV series? I don't believe I did, no. But hopefully you enjoyed it. Most wanted death battle for me is Calypso versus Jafar. Okay, that's cool. What's your opinion on Venom versus Spawn? Well, here's the thing. Venom getting so much more powerful in the comics, I don't know how long it's going to last. And yes, I know it's lasted for a long time, but comic books especially, and like the most out of any medium, comic books like to stick to the status quo. So maybe this is just the new direction they're taking with Venom, but the reason why I'm not 100% sure if that is the case is because you don't want the general public to relearn who Venom is. Basically, everybody knows the name Venom. But like, the general consensus for who Venom is that he's just a Spider-Man villain who's a little stronger than him, you know? You don't want to make people relearn that. Same thing for when Captain America was apparently turning Hydra. There were people, I remember there were some of my friends who were saying, oh yeah, this is going to stick, man. Like, this is going to be like how Captain America is from now on. And it's like, no, they're not going to make people relearn who Captain America is because everybody knows him. If it was a more obscure character, I could definitely understand that. But like, Captain America and Venom are not obscure characters. So I don't know if it is going to stick. But like, if it does stick, I think it's a cool fight. But I think, would Venom be more powerful? Maybe? I don't know. I think it's fine if you want to use like the godly Venom, then yeah, I think that's fine. I wanted All Might versus Captain Falcon to happen in DBX. Yeah, I think that could have been fine. Do you think live action Disney remakes would be better if they completely deviate away from the source material, similar to Maleficent or Cruella? Yeah, as I said, in a perfect world, I think that is better. But I still think they need to do a better job with it, personally. There needs to be a reason why you need to see the movie. Maleficent, I think, does better with Cruella, because Cruella, I don't really care about her backstory. I didn't see the second Maleficent movie, though. What would you choose for the Lantern Corps? I think probably I would choose the Indigo Tribe, like the Indigo Lanterns, because I think compassion is the emotion on the spectrum that I can do the best. Before, I used to think it was will. But as I get older, I realize how untrue that is. Do you think Virgil from Devil May Cry should come back to Death Battle? If they can find a good opponent for him, sure, I don't see why not. He is kind of similar to Dante, though, so it would kind of be like 3 very similar Death Battles. You know, the Dante one, the Virgil one, and the second Virgil one. But I think it's fine. Virgil's cool. What would you rather have as a bad battle? Luigi versus Robin or Riaz Gremry versus Palutena? I don't know. Maybe Luigi versus Robin. I think that might, or Luigi versus Batman even. That was like a joke going on with, Batman versus Iron Man for a while. If the boys got another rep aside from Homelander, who would it be? Well, I've heard a lot of people say like some opponents for A-Train, like some speedy characters. So they could do that. But I'm trying to think of like, or Billy Butcher, I think is probably most likely. Either Billy Butcher or A-Train as of right now. What's your favorite Akame ga Kill matchup? Maybe Yang versus Leon, except I think that's a bit one-sided. But I think that one's fine. There's also Akame. Akame has some interesting fights. So, I don't know. Some fights with Akame I think are fine. Well, you're beloved by thousands. You should expect a lot of talking. I don't know if I'd call myself beloved, but I understand what you're saying. I still wish for Charizard from Pokemon to return to DB and ever appear in DBX. Okay, fair enough. Charizard, like, he's been there twice, but I could see him coming back again. I'm trying not to ask a versus question, but it's difficult. By the way, here's a potato. Yeah, I know, right? Like, some people are here for the versus stuff. I totally understand that. Thank you for the potato. Green Goblin, Doc Ock, Hobgoblin, Lizard, Mysterio, Sandman, Vulture. Good lineup. Is this for like Sinister Six? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, that's 7 characters. So if you're talking like just a general lineup of Spider-Man characters, I think that's good. Yeah. If you're talking like Sinister Six, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, if you're talking Sinister Six, you have one too many characters. I'd say get rid of one of the goblins if that's what you're doing, because I don't think you need both of them. Yo, I still think for Nova, Richard Rider versus Green Lantern, John Stewart. Yeah, I think that's a good one. Is there a Don Bluth character you want to see again to Death Battle? I'm not too familiar with that series, so no, not really. Zeus versus Deuce? I'm not sure. Hey, Tool the Fool, how are you? Orange soda or grape soda? I think I'm gonna like offend a lot of people by saying this. For me, grape soda. But I know a lot of people don't like grape soda. Have you watched Star vs. the Forces of Evil? The Owl House. I think that's the Loud House. Or is it the Owl House? Or Steven Universe? If that is the Loud, if that's the Owl House, then I have not watched much of any of those shows. If it is the Loud House you're trying to say, then yes, I have watched some of the Loud House. It does kind of bug me though, for some reasons, which I don't want to get into because I'd just be talking for too long. But I think it's a fine show. Who wins, Dame or Sack? Well, Dame's been a mod for longer, so he'd have more experience. But Sack took over, like, the cult very quickly. Like, quicker than I would have expected. Although I think people would be willing to turn on Sack, because, like, a lot of people want him banned. So maybe Dame. Zeus from God of War versus Odin from Marvel's a match I want to see on Death Battle. Okay, nice. I can definitely understand why. Who would Captain Cold fight in a death battle? Well, it would probably either be like some Cold character or somebody with a similar origin story. And right now I'm having trouble. Way back in the day, I actually, like, I think it was either 2016 or 2017. I actually did Mr. Freeze versus Captain Cold because, why not? Probably not a matchup I would do today. But yeah, no, I'll have to think about that. They already did a monster fight. Yeah, Godzilla versus Gamera. Yeah, they did. Wiz versus Boomstick. I don't know. I'd have to rewatch like everything, because every time I rewatch Death Battles, I'm thinking like, holy crap, like they did that, and like that's definitely viable, So yes, Homelander loses to Brightburn. No, Brightburn loses to Homelander. Who do I believe? Whatever. That's not a fight I'm too into anyway. I wanted to see Brightburn. I never got around to seeing it. Pog Frog moment. Okay, let's just take a moment for the Pog Frog. Okay, moment's over. Homelander beats Brightburn from what I've heard. So yeah, that was from a while ago. Damn, I really am like behind in the chat. Isn't the Terminator like planet at least due to the light in the galaxy? The Terminator? I don't know. That seems a little high, but like if you're referring to like comics and stuff, does Terminator have comics? Or because the thing is, like, there are a lot of people who like to say like, oh, this character is playing a level or this character is playing a level. Could you actually imagine like the character punching the ground and the planet would blow up? You know, sometimes I think some people have to take a step back and think like, does that actually make sense? You know? But whatever. Terminator, I'm not sure. Maybe he is. I'm not too familiar with the scaling. What do you think of a Sonic battle royale? Like the kind of like different Sonics throughout like generations and stuff. Well, not the game generations, but like throughout the different generations. I think it could be fun. And like if you're including movie Sonic, then yeah, sure, why not? King versus Incineroar. I think maybe Incineroar. It kind of depends on the scaling you buy. I know Incineroar is really powerful. Homelander versus Sentry. Sentry, day in, day out. Won't you not the isn't? Maybe. Quicksilver versus Rainbow Dash. My gut is saying Quicksilver, but like it might depend on, you know, the abilities that Rainbow Dash has, like, you know, Toon Force and stuff like that. Again, like I know Pinkie Pie really specializes in that, but again, guys, it's the kind of thing where I wish I had more information on this stuff. All of this is just my general, like initial opinion. Zeus from God of War could appear in Death Battle here if you good suggestions for him, and maybe Atreus in the future. Okay. What Nick Jr. character should be in Death Battle, if any have the potential? Oh, damn, what counts as Nick Jr.? I'm not even sure I remember. See, the thing is, I live in Canada, and like, I know in the US there's like the Disney Channel and Nick, like Nickelodeon and stuff like that. We don't get those specifically. We have like Teletoon and YTV and Family Channel, you know, so which is pretty much like the equivalents, but I'm not sure what actually constitutes as Nick Jr. If someone can like explain that, maybe that'd be good. What's your opinion on the fight Rocky versus Daniel Russo, the Karate Kid, as a death battle? I think that'd be super fun. After Cobra Kai, I think that could be a really fun fight. Definitely could be fun in live action. Fuck, I need to pay attention to my words. I meant Brightburn loses to Homelander. Okay, I understand. Deuce from Asura's Wrath has Zeus from God of War. I think the matchup is good. Okay, that's good. Joker versus Giorno. Nope, I'm not answering that one. I'm not starting Flame Wars. I don't have all the information even to begin to answer that one. But I do think the fight idea will happen. I think it's kind of cool. But I don't want to start Flame Wars. What do you think of Silver Surfer? What do you think of... Oh, not Surfer. What do you think of Silver versus Trunks and Frieza versus Megatron as matchups? I understand why those matchups get the hate, but I don't think they're terrible. There are very few matchups that I would actually get upset if Death Battle did them. Like, you know, like Batgirl versus Spider-Gwen, or Lex Luthor versus Doctor Doom, you know, stuff like that. Those ones I understand. There might be like better options. Like I've heard like Megatron versus Vilgax before and stuff, and Trunks versus Cable, just to like give examples. But yeah, I don't know. I think those are fine. Homelander versus Titan, The Boys versus Megamind. I think Titan actually wins that, but I don't know. Awesome, I'd like to send Mr. Strange fan art. Have you ever read Sonic the Hedgehog Archie comics? I wish it was back in business. I haven't. I like, for doing research for Flash versus Sonic, I did read like some things, but I never like started reading it and went to the end or anything like that. It sounds like it could be cool though. Caillou versus Peppa Pig Master Race, not gonna lie. Yeah. I'm gonna say Caillou loses because I hate him. Dormammu versus Trigon, who wins? I think Dormammu, but maybe Trigon. Trigon's got some really impressive healing, but Dormammu is stronger than some people think. I think by the time it gets to 4 o'clock, by the way, which is in 12 minutes, I'm gonna have to speed things along. Because I'm spending too much time on stuff. What other opponents would you like to see Goku fight against in Death Battle besides Superman? Maybe like Sailor Moon, but even then I'm not even sure if that's the best fight idea in the world. Honestly, I don't know if we need to bring Goku back. Just bring in more Dragon Ball characters if you want, or move into other anime. Current manga Deku versus Miles Morales. I actually think Deku is now powerful enough to beat Miles, but maybe not.
I'll be nothing if Death Battle ended. My channel will be nothing. Well, I don't want to say my channel will be nothing. I would still be doing like versus content on my own. But definitely a big part of the channel would just be gone. Want to play some Smash, bro? Yeah, if anyone's in the Discord and wants to know like my friend code, I can definitely put it there. I'm not putting it out here though. But yeah. Null versus Lord Death from Soul Eater. Who will get a kill shot? Who will win? Again, I'm not too familiar with Soul Eater, but I think Null would be more powerful. Just like the whole Marvel hierarchy, Null would be crazy, but I'm not sure. Congrats on the 3,000 subs. Glad you're going strong. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. What type of phone do you have? I think it's the Samsung Galaxy A50, which I got either like 1 or 2 years ago. I forget. But yeah, I've had this for a while. It's a fine phone. It's not the like greatest phone in the world, but it's okay. It's a Samsung, you know. Clayface versus Shang Tsung. Oh, well, I guess it depends on like what Shang Tsung has copied. But like, could he even like defeat? Could he like get rid of Clayface? Like, could he actually put him down for good? If it's to the death, I want to say Clayface could do something. I wish the Death Battle crew would receive some of my fan mails. Well, yeah, they're just really busy, you know. I'm sure everyone wishes that. What are some of the fastest finite feats in fiction that you know of? Well, someone actually did once calculate Flash running, like outrunning instantaneous teleportation. I don't know how you do that, but the number that they gave for it was 23 tredecillion, 759 duodecillion, 449 undecillion times faster than the speed of light. Again, though, outrunning instant, I don't understand how you can put a number to it, but that's the one that comes to mind. If you want to look at, like, you know, there's also the megaman.exe feat, which Death Battle came up with. If that is actually true, then yeah, 3 novem decillion times the speed of light is even further than that, you know? I'm sure I could think of more, but again, I don't want to spend too much time on anything. If you find fan art of Sinister Strange on Instagram, could you send me the pic so I can view it? Okay, sure. Who wins Lord Hater versus Bowser? Can you do a who and why for the fight? I don't know who wins because I don't know that much about Wander Over Yonder, but I will consider doing that as a who and a why. Thank you for the idea. Who would you rather get punched by, Juggernaut or Archie Knuckles? I don't know that much about the Archie comics. Like, if Knuckles punched me, like, would it be like a slow death or something? Like, would like some sort of like magic envelop me or something? I'm sounding like a crazy person. But maybe Juggernaut, just so I can say in heaven or hell that I was punched by Juggernaut. I think that's kind of cool. Okay, what? Oh shoot. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, there's a lot of questions here. I'm sure you guys are just like waiting for me to get to the questions at this point. Do you think Venom Let There Be Carnage could benefit from an R rating? I think it is getting an R rating, is it? If it's not, it would benefit from it. I'm going to start going through the questions quickly, by the way. Did you know that Webby Vanderquack is city block level? I didn't know who Webby is. I don't know that many characters. I wish I knew more characters just right off the bat. Kingdom Hearts matchup ideas on the Death Battle fandom. Like other Kingdom Hearts ideas, I've heard like Riku versus Meta Knight, which I think is fine. That's the one that comes to mind. If you could go on a date with any hero or villain from DC, who would it be? It would be a hero. And oh, yikes. Who do I even like? I could just say Wonder Woman. I don't know. But she's pretty old. She's like 3,000 years old, but that's fine. I don't know. I have to think about that more. Travis Scott versus Scott Pilgrim. I think you mean Travis Touchdown. Yeah, I do. Who the hell is Travis Scott? I was thinking it's Scott because of Scott Pilgrim. Who the hell is that? Yeah, no, thank you for that. Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, it's been a while, it seems, since I answered that question. If Null Miss Lucy from Fairy Tale, do you think you will kill her what she did to Carnage? I think I know what you're asking, and I'm going to say yes. Do you prefer light or darkness, or even both? I still think darkness can also be used for good, and light can be used for evil. I agree with that, but I think darkness in general, the way it's usually portrayed, is more corrupting. If you know what you're doing, you can use darkness for good. And light for evil, I mean, like, if you're greedy, yeah, you can do it. Personally, I prefer to stay on the light side because I don't want to be corrupted. Could Batman beat Green Goblin without prep time? Personally, I don't think so. I think that Green Goblin if he just, like, melees him, he could kill him in a few punches. So Batman, I think, could maneuver around a while, but the glider too would be difficult for him to work around, unless he just disabled it. Who is your favorite villain in the Lynxy series, not counting your own? Oh, I don't know. That's another one I'm gonna have to think about more. I don't know. I'll get back to you on that. Again, I want to go through these quicker. Was an episode you want to see a remake of? Honestly, I really want to see Strider versus Ryu to get a remake. Okay, that's cool. What's one that I want to see a remake of? I know people are gonna give me flack for this, but I think that Master Chief versus Doomslayer is fine. I'm not saying it's the best one, but I think it's okay. But like, I understand if you don't want it, but that's the one that comes to mind. Scott should beat Travis touchdown because of better AP and durability. Plus, he has more win cons than Travis. Okay, fine. You know, if that's your opinion, then that's great. A friend of mine thinks Pokemon versus Zatch Bell is more legit. Hopefully, Ash versus Pikachu would win. Ash versus Lucy seems to have a better connection. Their comparisons make the fun more fun and fair. Okay, that's fair if you feel that way. I just think Ash versus Yugi is fine, but if Ash versus Lucy works better, then that's okay. Kamen Rider Zeo versus Soma Cruz, yay, may, or nay. I don't know who Soma Cruz is, and I only know Kamen Rider because of, like, Discord. I'm going to say may for now because I'm not sure. Do you think Omnimon for Digimon versus Gogeta Dragon Ball is a good matchup? If Omnimon is powerful enough to take on Gogeta, then sure, but I don't know how powerful he is. Can you do a who and why for Soldier versus Sarge? I'll consider it. Hot dogs, anyone? I will take one. The Thing versus Xenomorph. Grrr. Okay, sure. Favorite Marvel Disney Plus show? Loki. I think Loki was my favorite, honestly. It was the most consistently, like, WandaVision kind of pissed me off at some points. Because, like, they were setting up a lot of teases and none of them amounted to anything, which I just think is a little low on their part. And Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I think, was just, it had the most low points in terms of, like, entertainment. Loki didn't really have either of those problems for me, except, like, the finale, I think, should have been a little less talky. I liked how they were moving away from that as the climax started happening, but I think Loki is my favorite so far, although I'm excited for What If. Team Ruby versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm pretty sure the Ninja Turtles win that. I think they're just more powerful. Wolverine versus Ryan, Hulk versus Doomsday are great examples of close fights that had great detail and reach. Yeah, I'd agree. Godzilla versus King Kong in a death battle. Who do you think would really win if Death Battle does this fight? I'd imagine they'd give it to Godzilla. If you look at everything Godzilla's done, holy crap. King Kong, though, he's done a lot too, but I just imagine him going with Godzilla. Bad Battle, J. Jonah Jameson versus Atrocitus. Yes, I've seen this going around the Discord server before. Atrocitus just was on Death Battle, though. I'm really debating whether or not I want to bring back characters for Bad Battle, because I have to come up with completely new jokes for, like, you know, I have to come up with completely new jokes for the same characters, and that's difficult. So I don't know. Sims versus Mies, who would win? I want to say Mies because I'm biased. Like, I know Mies better, but maybe Sims win. I don't know. Let's stop asking questions for now until he catches up. Yeah, unfortunately, that's not going to happen. People never do that, but I understand why. I almost feel like I should, like, for a few minutes, like, is there a way I can, like, disable the chat? I don't know. Or I could just make it so, like, the slow mode is, like, really slow, but I don't know. Why people want Goku vs. Superman 3, but people know that Superman wins in a stomp? Well, some people just want to see it. I think it's likely. I don't want to see it. I wouldn't, like, get super upset if it happens, but whatever. Reigen versus King, Mob Psycho versus One Punch. I don't know those characters very well. I know King better, but I don't know, like, how, because we all saw what happened with Mob versus Tatsumaki, which I personally agree with, but I don't know how they, like, scale to them or anything. You better fart right now or I will get Gru to freeze you. Oh, I'm shaking in my, what is it, baby seal leather boots? The thing that Megamind said, I don't know. Broly DB Dragon Ball Super versus Atrocitus, who would win? I'm pretty sure Atrocitus would win that. Is the new Suicide Squad movie a sequel or reboot? Is it like how the Fast and Furious take out certain words and make a new title in the case of adding the? I've heard some people say, like, I think the creators are saying, like, it's not really a sequel, it's not a reboot. It's like they're trying again. They're just doing another attempt at it. It's like how comics work, you know? Sometimes you'll have a comic book and then another, oh, sorry, microphone. You have a comic book and another comic book, and they'll be like, they have like pretty much the same name, but they'll just be like different stories, you know? A lot of people call it a soft reboot, and I think it is still technically supposed to take place in the same universe, but like you're not supposed to think about the other movie while you're watching it, I'm pretty sure. What's an obscure franchise you want to see on the show, excluding Umbrella Academy? Because I talk about Umbrella Academy so much. I don't know if Star Trek or Buffy are super obscure. I think Buffy is more obscure because I don't think it's held up as well. But one of those ones. Peter Griffin versus Homer Simpson. I've heard people say Homer, but I don't know. I want to know more about those characters. I want to make sure like I can understand how powerful they are. It seems that the death battle cure is at it again. Is a cure or curse? Oh, cure is at it again since after the events of King in Black, Venom is a god now and seems permanent, so he probably beats Krona. Well, yeah, if it is permanent, like at the moment, yeah, like Venom is too powerful for Krona. But I do personally agree that if we're looking at Venom as he is normally, or at least how he was before, because I don't know if this is normal anymore. I still think he's going to go back eventually, but I could be wrong. But yeah, no, if we're looking at that, then I personally agree with Krona beating Venom, but I think even that's a little controversial. Do you still want to do a video about Sinister Strange story or still no time? I don't know. It's the kind of thing, well, if I find time for it, maybe. But that's just not really the kind of thing I do on the channel anymore, you know? So it's not really high on the priorities list. I've been collecting classic Yu-Gi-Oh cards. That's cool. You have or do your track on Will the Drill? Yeah, I've heard that. I think it's all right. Not my favorite, but I think it's pretty good. I really want to see Planet Dolan versus Vanoss crew. Okay, cool. What's your opinion on bringing characters back? You can bring characters back if like you can make a good fight or if it makes sense. Like if there's new material for the characters. If you're bringing them back for no reason other than like, oh, it would be popular, I don't really love that. I think they should be done sparingly. If Kyle Rayner comes to Death Battle, do you think Simon versus Kyle might be the first non-Marvel loss? Well, it depends on whether... Sorry, I'm just going to move my leg up so I can stretch a little bit. It depends on whether or not Kyle actually loses, because I've heard it go either way. If you think that Simon beats Kyle, and if that actually does happen, then yeah, like I think that's potentially the first DC non-Marvel loss. But yeah, we'll see. We'll have to wait for that to happen. Should Waluigi be in Smash? Yes. I'd like for Death Battle to do a live-action fight between Deathstroke and Taskmaster. I think that could be really cool. Michael Newman versus Bruce Almighty is based, but Super Shag versus the one above all is also based. Controversial characters or series you like? I don't know if this is super controversial, but a lot of people don't really like Naruto. Like, a lot of people like to say it's bad, or like it's, you know, it shouldn't be anyone's favorite. But I personally think it's fine. But you know, whatever. Like it's the anime like I've watched the most, so I don't know. If there's anything like super controversial, I also don't really get the hate behind My Hero Academia, because again, a lot of people really don't like it, but I don't know why. Maybe it's just because I haven't watched so much anime and I don't have much to compare it to. What else we got? Hi Roger, just go watch from Back to the Suicide Squad, and I want to make sure I ask, what do you think of Amity versus Springtrap? I think it's okay. I just got back from watching the Suicide Squad. That's awesome. I'm watching it tomorrow, actually, with my brother in the theaters. It's the first movie I'm seeing in theaters since forever. But yeah, Amity versus Springtrap, I think is okay. They're not characters I know too much about, though, so it's hard for me to say. Is that Lucifer, or is that... That's not how it's spelled. But if it's Lucifer versus Beelzemon, I don't know too much about the characters. I can't say too much. Episode 151 has been teased as a Pokemon-related episode. There's no teaser trailer, just quotes from the Death Battle cast. What do you think it is? I actually do not believe it's going to be a Pokemon episode. And the reason for that is because episode 151 is the closest episode to Halloween, which means that it's probably going to be Dio versus Alucard. If it is a Pokemon episode, though, then maybe Ash versus Yugi or Ash versus Lucy. That'd be my guess. Thoughts on Byleth versus Rian Schwarzer as a matchup. I know who Byleth is only from Smash. Well, I knew her from like Fire Emblem, but I'd never played the Fire Emblem games. And I don't know who the other character is. Speaking of Suicide Squad, okay. Who do you think Saitama should fight? Personally, I think Squirrel Girl would be a funny fight. I know some people don't like that one, but I honestly think it could be funny. Death Battle should do a tournament spin-off. That could be cool. No one for the Saitama question, I'm assuming. Oh, Captain Underpants. Yeah, that's another one I hear for some people. Thoughts on the Will of the Drill track recently by Brandon Yates? Again, I think it's okay, but I don't think it's the best one out there. What made you decide that you wanted to become a YouTuber? It was honestly just my friends. People thought that I could be good at it. They just suggested it to me, and I thought, okay, fine, let's try it. And yeah, eventually it just came here. There was a bumpy road. You know, I've been doing YouTube for over 7 years now. So it's been going on for a long time. But, you know, it's really just my friends. And if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be doing this right now, or at least not to the same degree. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be doing this to the same degree. I hope for a better Green Lantern movie. Yeah, I do as well. Sorry, I'm just going to readjust. The Griffins from Family Guy versus the Smiths from American Dad. I've actually been watching some more American Dad. But maybe the Griffins would win. But I don't know. What's your opinion on Simon Says versus Bop It? Like, who do I think would win? I think if Simon says that Bop It kills itself, then Bop It will kill it. I don't know. I have no idea. My most wanted death battles are Sub-Zero versus Esdeath, Venom versus Ryuko, Doctor Doom versus Raggio? Is that right? And Broly versus Atrocitus. Okay, cool. Who would win? The Imposter from Among Us versus Booster Gold. Imposter beats everybody. What else we got? What do you think Death Battle episode 200 will be? I could see that being Goku versus Superman 3, but I don't know if it will be. Who's more dangerous, an evil Batman or an evil Superman? Immediate danger-wise, Superman, because if he's ridiculously strong. Like, some people put him at like multi, some people put him at like multi plus, some people don't put him quite that high. But if it's true that he can just punch and then the multiverse is gone, then it doesn't really matter how powerful Batman is or like how evil Batman is. He's not going to be able to do that immediately, you know? So, whatever. Peach versus Tai Lung Wen. Maybe as a bad battle. Who knows? What do you think of Kenshin versus Hanzo? So like Kenshin... oh, crap. That's not Mortal Kombat, is it? Maybe it is. And Hanzo, is that Overwatch? I'm probably getting this wrong. I don't know much about the characters. I think Will Smith did a good job for Genie in 2019. For what he was given, yeah, I think he was fine. Have you seen my videos? I'm not sure. I'll have to check that again. Do you think Scorpion from Mortal Kombat would return to Death Battle? He could. I could see them doing it. I'm not sure if I'd want to see that, though. I think Scorpion had his time. What's your favorite and least favorite episode from Death Battle Season 5? Favorite episode from Death Battle Season 5? I actually like Doctor Strange versus Doctor Fate. I just do. Although I also really like Thanos versus Darkseid. And least favorite, maybe Batman versus Black Panther. Even though I thought they really nailed the reasoning on it. It's just it wasn't as much of a spectacle as I would have hoped. I'd have to think about that a little longer, I think. You have to get reading My Hero Academia. We'll see. It just depends on how much time I have. Have you watched Adventure Time? Not that much, honestly. I've watched some of it. I haven't watched that much of it. What's the worst CGI effect you've seen in a movie? I've seen some like terrible green screens and stuff, but what's the worst CGI effect? Maybe just the Superman mustache. That's the one that comes to mind at first. I know there's more though. What's the biggest wank you've ever seen? Oh boy. I've seen some Marvel characters get some pretty massive wank. But I don't know. It's hard for me to come up with like a real. I remember someone was once saying like, "Oh, Thing versus Doomsday is a really close fight." Could you argue that, meaning that could be wank because you're saying it's a close fight? I don't know. But I'd have to think about that more. Sup, Raptor? Hey, Red Elastic, how you doing? Favorite Death Battle trailer maker? I'm not sure if I have a favorite. Maybe I'm not sure how to even pronounce the guy's name. But Avalos, is that how you pronounce it? Avalos 3010. I like that guy a lot. The Owl House is a Disney show. The Loud House is a Nick show. Okay, I had a feeling the Owl House was probably its own thing. I've never seen it. Over time, do you hope that you'll get better with animation for your channel? Like maybe do a cartoon avatar on yourself instead of FaceTime. That'd be cool. Don't know when though I'd be able to learn that, but yeah, that'd be awesome. What's your opinion on Luz versus Craig? Owl House versus Craig the Creek. Never seen those shows, unfortunately. But you probably have a better idea on it than I do, honestly. What do you think Death Battle episode 200 will be? Again, maybe Goku versus Superman 3. Bad Battle, Raptor vs. Mod Battle Royale. Ah, ha 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 ha. Do you prefer fire or ice as your elemental powers? For attacking purposes, I think fire is more fun, but for like practical purposes, like not in combat, I think ice is more practical. I can do more things with it. Who would win, Sonic EXE versus Red? Oh, sorry, microphone. Jesus Christ. Both are from Creepypasta. I only know Sonic.exe in terms of like what he's capable of, so I'm not sure. Would you like to see a rematch between Ragna and Soul Bad Guy or nah? Honestly, I'm fine with the Ragna and Soul Bad Guy fight that we got. I know that some things have changed, and maybe they could do a better job analyzing the characters, but like it was a funny episode. It was an enjoyable episode to me, so I'm not sure if we need it. Who wins between Jack the Ripper or Jeff the Killer? I don't know if there's like a Jack the Ripper like meme or anything that would like put him at a high level. Right now I want to say Jeff the Killer. Silver versus Axel or Roxas versus Axel? Probably Silver versus Axel, but I don't know. Who is a better opponent for Shuma Gorath, Cthulhu, or Starro the Conqueror? Part of me wants to say Starro because I know him more. I'm excited for him in the Suicide Squad. But I've heard a lot of people say Cthulhu versus Shuma Gorath, so maybe that's better. Batman with Prep Time versus Doctor Doom with Prep Time. Probably Doctor Doom. It's the kind of thing that Doctor Doom is so much more powerful than Batman in base that, like, unless you're saying, like, oh, Batman gets the final bat suit, but then could you also say, well, Doom gets God Emperor Doom form, you know, like, but that's not really Prep Time, right? That's just giving them the best things they ever got. I'd say Doom. Pizza or Chinese? I love both, but pizza is my favorite, along with, like, chicken wings and lasagna. Now I'm hungry. You have a favorite waifu from My Hero Academia? Not necessarily. I think I did before, but not really. Speaking of Luz, what do you think of Luz? I don't know these characters, unfortunately. Like, not too much. Yeah, sorry about that. If I don't know characters, I can't really say anything about it, right? Again, I don't go out of my way to research characters or, like, try to find out what the hot new fights in the Versus community are. So apologies for that. Have you ever played No More Heroes? By the way, I played No More Heroes while chatting. I'm not sure if I played that before. I don't think I have. If I have, it would have been like a one-off thing. But thank you for introducing that to me. What's good, my handsome man? Hey man, I'm doing pretty well. How are you? Plankton versus Mojo Jojo. I've heard more Plankton versus Mr. Mind, which is one that I actually quite like. Plankton versus Mojo Jojo. It depends. Like, is Plankton gonna get like all the stuff that he has ever? Even then, probably Mojo Jojo. I don't think you can say Plankton's on the same level as SpongeBob. What do you think of Asgore versus Court Black? Undertale versus Paper Mario as a matchup? I think it's fine. I don't know too much about the characters, but I think it's okay. Pig Megatron versus Pig Darth Vader. I just want to see like Darth Vader take off his helmet. It's like a pig. I don't know. Would you watch a Sinister 7 movie? Okay, so you were going for a Sinister 7 kind of thing before. I'd watch a Sinister 6 movie. If they want to do Sinister 7, then I guess that's fine, but that's not nearly as popular. But yeah, that's fine. Who do you think is the character with the most amount of requested matchups? For me, it's Artoria Pendragon, better known as Saber from the Fate franchise, has over 29 highly requested matchups. Well, that's probably better than anything I can come up with, but I've seen a lot of matchups for, like, Homelander. That's the one that comes to mind for me. Who wins Lord Hater versus Bowser? Going to do who and why the fight, and Sarge versus Soldier, who and why. I think I've answered these before. I don't know who would win between Lord Hater and Bowser, but yeah, I can consider doing that. And same with Sarge versus Soldier, but I can't make any promises. Whitebeard versus Escanor. I've heard this one thrown around quite a lot, but I have no idea who would win. I do not know the general consensus on it. Definitely one I want to look more into, though. Let's see what else we got. Nick Jr. or Mostly the Child series. Dora and Wonder Pets would be a part of that. Okay, thank you for explaining that to me. Who would win between Luigi and Pac-Man? I think Pac-Man, but I'm not sure. What's your favorite show that you watched as a child? It's like a three-way tie between Teen Titans, X-Men, and Justice League. Because I watched those with my brother and my dad at night, and those are some of my favorite memories. And I also really liked Spectacular Spider-Man and Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, along with some other cartoons like Ben 10 and Danny Phantom. Who do you really want for Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl? I think like some other SpongeBob characters could be fun, but maybe they don't want to overdo it. I like how Danny Phantom's in there. Danny Phantom's honestly the character I'd want to see the most. Is El Tigre in there yet? Maybe you could put him in there. Megatron versus Ultron. Oh, jeez. If Ultron could hack like Megatron, like I have no idea, by the way, because I don't know that much about Megatron. If Ultron could do it, then yeah, I think he would win. But Megatron is really damn strong. I don't know if he could put Ultron down for good though. TF2 Merc Battle Royale. I don't know all the Mercs, but that sounds pretty cool. Congrats for 3,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Have you ever watched Violet Evergarden? It's an anime. No, I have heard the name before, but I have not watched it. Who wins between Raven and Scarlet Witch? It kind of depends on where you want to place Scarlet Witch. Raven is really damn strong, but Scarlet Witch at her best is stronger. But like, if you want to say like, oh, you know, if you want to put them at like the most evenly matched level you want to, then like it's just a matter of like their abilities, which wins out. It really just depends on what level you want to put Scarlet Witch at. If you're putting them both at their maximum potential, I say Scarlet Witch. Hi, hello. Dormammu versus Aku, Marvel versus Samurai Jack. Unless I'm really misinterpreting how powerful Aku is, I want to say Dormammu. Not Fortnite Josie for Goku, that's pretty cringe. Sorry, my guy. The Doctor versus Rick Sanchez. Want to hear your thoughts on this one, making something special for this one. The Doctor versus Rick Sanchez. I kind of want Rick Sanchez to win. But I don't know. I don't know who would win that. What's your favorite mod on the Raptorverse? Or who's my favorite mod? None of them. They all suck. Jonesy Solo's your favorite verse? By default, dancing. Totally agree. Your watermark looks like Tobey Maguire from a distance. To me until I realized it was you. Well, the watermark actually in like the bottom right corner, that's Zemo from Marvel, like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because there was a joke in the Discord server about that. What's your opinion on Yokai Watch and Versus? I think it's fine. I don't think you don't need to put it there, but I don't know that much about it. Let's see what else we got. Meggy versus Quote. I don't know who those characters are. Thoughts on Percy Jackson versus Dante? I think that's an okay fight. Personally, I understand the appeal, but I never really latched onto it. That's just me. But I think it could be fun if they did it well. I play Brawlhalla, Smash Bros. Replica. It's free on all platforms. I recommend that. Okay, thank you. I'm going to get some more water. Sorry I came late. I was making a video for my YouTube channel. Perfectly fine, man. Welcome to the party. Percy Jackson versus Dante is 10 out of 10. Well, I'm happy you like it. Are you excited for Marvel Studios What If? Absolutely. I'm really excited to see what happens there. Okay, where... Okay, I think I'm going to have to like blaze through these questions now. What's your... Where are we going? Sorry, it refreshed on me. What do you think of Scissor 7? I think it's okay. I think I know what you're talking about. Have you ever watched Space Jam 2? What are your thoughts on it? I have not watched Space Jam 2, but I am planning on watching it eventually, so please don't spoil it. Excuse me, sorry. Sonic should do a game crossover with Mega Man. That could be fun. Do you like all the episodes of Death Battle Season 8? This is going to be controversial, I think. But yes, I do. I think they're all well done. I like some better than others. And I can already tell you right now that some of my ranking, like the ranking video I did, is inaccurate. But no, I do like all of them. Love you. Thank you. What do you think of Spectre versus Altair? because apparently it's been getting popular as of late. I actually haven't heard that one. Maybe I'm just late to the party, but okay, that sounds like it could be interesting. Jeff Bezos versus Joe Biden. Jeff Bezos buys the presidency. That's what I'm going with. Okay, what else we got? Who would win in an evil Superman battle royale? Brightburn, Homelander, Titan, or Omni-Man? I'd say Omni-Man. For who and why, I suggest Sub-Zero versus Esdeath or Nui Harim versus Carnage. Okay, thank you. Pennywise versus Freddy Krueger. I think I answered this before. If we're looking at true form, Pennywise, I think he definitely wins. If not, I'm not sure. Doctor Doom versus Black Adam. I think Black Adam has better stats. It's just a matter if Doctor Doom could keep up enough to outlast with the cosmic power siphon. Would he actually be able to like siphon Black Adam's magic? It's not really like a power source in the same way as like the power cosmic or the mother box, so I'm not sure. Opinion on Yokai Watch and Versus. Again, I think it's okay. Who will win, Palutena versus Whis? Maybe Palutena? I've heard some people say Palutena, but I've also heard some people say Whis. Is it Whis? I think that's how Wiz pronounced it in Death Battle. I'm not sure. Maybe you should split Q&A from versus debate questions and regular. If I can find a way to do that, maybe. But I can't get around the fact that's what people are gonna ask. Even regular Q&As, that's what people are gonna ask. So I can't stop people from asking those. And I do like answering them. I do like varieties though. Who would win, Riku versus Meta Knight? See, I'm not too familiar with Riku specifically. It depends on the kind of scaling you want to buy. I think Riku has more powerful abilities, but Meta Knight might be more powerful if you want to scale it that way. Who would Zero from Mega Man fight? Well, he did fight Metal Sonic. I could see him getting paired up with Meta Knight, actually, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Quick thoughts on 11D Toho. I'm not too familiar with the character. I can't say whether or not that's fair. What's your favorite character from Sonic? I like Sonic. I just do. That's perfectly fine. Don't hate me. If someone were to dare you to anger Mikasa by hitting Eren and give you a large amount of cash if you successfully get away from her, would you do it? No, because I'm not escaping that. Do you prefer Mickey versus Bugs or Donald versus Daffy? As a fight, Mickey versus Bugs. I just gravitate more towards that one. By the way, what's your thought of Cat Noir versus Blake Belladonna? I think that's a fine fight. Maybe not my first choice particularly, but I think it's fine. What are your thoughts on Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl? I'm excited for it. I think I am going to get it. But my brother is a lot more excited for it. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on that. I'm excited, but not like overly excited. Favorite Mortal Kombat character? I like Scorpion. I like Scorpion the most, and that's perfectly fine. Travis Scott, Fortnite. Yeah, right. Carnage versus Helsing, Alucard. I mean, if Carnage can get around like the regen or like the quote unquote immortality, then I'd say Carnage. Klonoa versus Kirito is good, but Kirito dies unless admin hacks and delete Kirito from existence. All right. If Galactus vs. Unicron wasn't the finale and it was episode 150, would you be upset or would you be okay with that? I really don't care about episode placements. I really don't mind. So I'd be perfectly fine with that as long as we get Galactus versus Unicron. I don't know what the finale would be though if it wasn't that. They already confirmed Kool-Aid Man versus Macho Man is episode 150. Yeah. So there's also that. But again, I get that at the heart of the question. It's more about if it's somewhere else in the season. Joker versus Green Goblin. I'd say Green Goblin wins that one. Neo versus Kirito is better. Okay, Neo is Sam. Okay, so now we just got some Neo talk. Arkillo from the Yellow Lantern Corps versus the Akatsuki. I think I probably butchered that pronunciation, which I really shouldn't. I want to say Arkillo would win that. Predator versus Arbiter. I don't know that much about Arbiter or really Halo in general. My gut is saying Predator, but I could be completely wrong. Sam Flynn, that's the dude who's trying to recall and bring up opponents for Neo. Okay, there we go. Who do you think Kirito should fight? I think all the options you guys have listed are fine. Or has it only been like one option? I don't know. But But I don't know. Kirito I'm not too into anyway. Like the whole like Sword Art Online. I don't know that much about Sword Art Online. Joke fight Rogu from American Dad versus Thanos. Yeah, I guess that could be fun. Okay, before I keep going, because I want to... Can I, like, go to settings or anything if I can edit this? Just give me a sec. I'm going, I think, to slow down how often people can ask questions. Just so I can catch up. Okay, I'm going to do 300 seconds. So it's going to be, like, every 5 minutes. Which, again, I don't want to keep the whole time, but I do want to catch up. So that's what I'm going to do. Don't worry, I will change it back later, hopefully. You can make Neo versus Sam Flynn work animation-wise. Okay, cool. What Battle Royale do you want to see the most? Fantastic Four Battle Royale, honestly, just with the clashing powers. Bad battle idea, Homelander versus Chris McClane. Similarities, both are loved by many, but are actually douches. Homelander versus Chris McClane. Yeah, that's actually not bad. What else we got? Sans versus Koro Sensei. Maybe Koro Sensei. Have you heard of Sultan's sketches? No, I have not, but I will keep that in the back of my head. Bad battle, Omni-Man versus J. Jonah Jameson. That's pretty funny. Kirito should fight Klonoa, no doubt about it. Okay. Who do you think Asura is going to fight? Atrocitus or Kratos? I think either, but I wouldn't be surprised if he fights Kratos. Then again, they could save Kratos for like Dante or something. So maybe Atrocitus. I'd still like a movie crossover of like all those DreamWorks movies. Yeah, that could be fun. I'd definitely watch it, even if it doesn't turn out that well. I think Kirito should fight Mega Man.exe. Okay, Bad Battle, Light Yagami versus Greg Heffley. I wasn't actually expecting so many people to give me Bad Battle ideas. That's pretty cool. Dexter versus Jimmy Neutron. I'm not going to answer that because that is an upcoming Who and Why episode, so I'm not going to answer that. Kirito versus EXE is a spite match. DBX should do Pikachu versus Agumon. Buzz looking alien. I don't get why people want... Okay, so we got more of that conversation. Okay, so we can... Since there was a DBX Donald versus Daffy, I can say there should be a Mickey versus Bugs DBX. Yeah, that could be funny. That could be fun. Screw It, Me Brawler versus Jump Force Avatar, Who and Why maybe. Yeah, maybe. Who knows? You know, I still have a lot of ideas to shift through. Should Battletoads be in Smash Bros? I think so. Maybe put one Battletoad in there, or maybe put all of them as like an assist trophy. What franchise would you like to know better for versus debating? I mean, all of them I have a vague idea of. I'm trying to think like if one keeps popping up more than the other. I think just like different types of anime. Maybe My Hero Academia I'd like to know because a lot of people like to talk about My Hero Academia. So maybe I'd like to know that better. Good question. To whoever asked the question about Sinister Strain, okay. I wish for another Pokemon Battle Royale Death Battle. Okay, cool. I don't get the hate over Sword Art Online and a comic got kill. There's a chance for Kung Fu Panda 4 to happen. I like Kung Fu Panda to continue with Poe being with Tigress. I fully disagree. It's fine if you think that way, but I do not want them to continue Kung Fu Panda. I just think it would ruin the ending. Madara vs. Aizen is the anime fight most of us want to see. Hope you enjoy Suicide Squad with your brother tomorrow. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And yes, Madara vs. Aizen, please, can we get that? The first movie I've seen in theaters forever was Cruella. Awesome. Sword Art Online is hated because anti-tubers told them to hate it. So what do you think of Devil May Cry universal stats being bunked to island level by the G1 Death Battle fan blog? So a Hellboy is great. I know what you're trying to say. Yeah, I haven't read the debunks, so I can't really say whether or not I agree with it. Because I don't think all debunks should just be blindly listened to. You know what I mean? Like, not saying that all debunks are bad, but you have to really make sure whether or not you agree with it, because it's all still just opinions, right? I'm not sure if I ever really bought Universal Devil May Cry in the first place. But I do want to take a closer look at that. Deadshot versus Punisher. Deadshot, I think, has better defense, like has better armor, but I'm not sure. Maybe Punisher. What Soul Calibur character would you want to see in Death Battle? I don't know that much about Soul Calibur. Maybe Cervantes? I don't know. If Deadpool made a comeback, who would he fight for the 4th time? Oh, I don't know if I want to see Deadpool again, honestly. I've heard Deadpool versus Dante thrown around, but I don't know if I like that fight very much. I don't know. What do we got? Who do you think Luffy should fight? No one likes any of Luffy's matchups, so I know I'm going to offend somebody by saying something. I think Plastic Man is fine. I think Naruto is fine. I think I think some people are a little too critical about like, oh, this character cannot fight this character. It's like it's you're going to be entertained no matter what. Fun fact, if Cole versus Alex happens, regardless of who loses, it would technically be a DC loss to a non-Marvel character, as both have been comic published by DC. Okay, wow, that's interesting. I did not even put that together. Uganda Knuckle versus Big Chungus. I'm going to say... Actually, I don't know. I just flip-flopped like 10 times in my head. I'm going to say Uganda Knuckle. Grivens are more chaotic and the Smiths, so I'd say Team Peter. Sorry, Stan. Answer the Luffy question. Honestly, Deku as a death battle and Raymond as a DBX. So yeah, again, there were a lot of options for Luffy. Sam Flynn versus Wade Watts is way better than you versus Sam. There, I said it. How long are you streaming for, and when is the next Q&A goal mark? The next Q&A is going to be for 4,000 subscribers, assuming that we get there. We're going to do this for another half hour. I wonder how many subscribers we could get just through this live stream alone, honestly. If any of you guys are not subscribed, consider hitting that subscribe button. If any of you guys know anyone who would like to subscribe to this channel, I wouldn't mind if you told them about it. Chris McClane versus Monokoma. Am I pronouncing that correctly? I don't know those characters too well, unfortunately. Have you played Doki Doki Literature Club? A little bit, but not that much. I like it. It's just not the kind of thing I devoted too much time for. Favorite Ninja Turtle? For a long time, it was Raphael. And I don't know if it is anymore. It might be Donatello. I don't know. What else we got? Scorpion versus Kurapika. Mortal Kombat versus Hunter x Hunter. I don't know that many Hunter x Hunter characters, but I know they're pretty damn strong. Although Scorpion, he's really hard to kill. I don't know about the other characters' powers. Do you possibly see Klonoa from K's No Klonoa and Kirito from Sword Art Online getting a death battle by anytime soon? Maybe. I could see it possibly happening, but again, soon is really weird because we don't know like when they're planning things. They could be planning certain episodes for like 3 years in the future because Death Battle's not stopping anytime soon. So soon is really weird. I really hope to make a DC Marvel crossover animated show. Animated movie to happen and be quite successful for both companies. Well, I think that's for the box office to decide, but okay. What's your favorite Death Battle Next Time trailer? I remember seeing one for Batman Who Laughs versus Superior Spider-Man that I thought was cool, even though I don't really like the idea too much. I don't know, it's the kind of thing I'd have to think more about, because I've seen a good number of them. I also saw one for a Doomsday versus SCP-682 that I really liked. But again, I can't remember who it was by. Bad Battle Roderick versus Itachi. We will see if that happens. I don't know if that's going to happen. I literally have no plans right now for what the next Bad Battle is. I have some ideas, but like no concrete plans. What do you think of Reinhard versus Saber, Arthur Pendragon, ReZero versus Fate franchise? I don't know too much about ReZero or ReZero or whatever. So I'll just say Saber. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. The Owl House is about a girl named, I don't want to mispronounce the name, who finds herself in a demon realm and wants to be a witch. Okay, cool. Nice work on 3,000 subscribers. I really appreciate that. Morgana Persona versus Daroch Kirby. Morgana Persona versus Daroch. Am I pronouncing that correctly? The Kirby characters are broken, so for now I'll say that character, but I don't know. Enerjack versus Savanti Romero. I don't know these characters, man. I wish I knew more characters. Again, I'm not the kind of guy that just goes online and looks up fights or looks up characters. Usually Death Battle is what actually gets me into other series. Right now I'll say Enerjack, but again, I really have no idea. I heard Shiro Gorath, the god of cheese. What's your opinion on Homelander versus Iron Patriot? I think that's a fine fight. Again, like, Homelander has a lot of opponents. I think Iron Patriot is okay. I still think Homelander loses, if I'm not mistaken, but how do you think Venom will get his white spider symbol in the movies? If they do decide to go that route, I don't know. Maybe after, like, if Venom, like, teams up with Spider-Man or fights him, he could just shapeshift to create it for himself. What else we got? Sam Alexander, Nova versus Max McGrath and Steel. From Max Steel, yeah. It depends how much you want to scale Nova. I've heard Max Steel is strong, but I don't know how strong. Raptor, when will you eventually see that you're really behind? I already know I'm really behind, man. I already know that, but there are too many people asking questions. No, not too many. I don't want to say there's too many people, because I like that there are so many people here, but this is impossible. I can't keep up. Like, you shouldn't expect that I can keep up with it as fast as people ask questions. That's impossible. Like Joker, I think of Two-Face having a solo movie and maybe with Chris Evans as a character. Okay. Shiki versus Kamen Rider 4s. I don't know those characters very well. What is a great opponent for Randy Cunningham since he's had many matchups? Oh crap. There's like the Jaden character I hear for Randy Cunningham, but I'm not sure who that is. And I've also heard Ladybug versus Randy, but you know, whatever. I hope Jenny Wakeman gets in the Nick Smash game and her versus Robot Boy would be great. Who wins between Nui Harim from Kill La Kill or Carnage? Again, I don't know how powerful all the Kill La Kill characters are, so it's hard for me to say. Meta Knight versus Beta Ray Bill. I don't know if I've heard this fight thrown around before. I don't know if I really like it that much. Maybe Beta Ray Bill, but I don't know. Okay, where are we now? Where are we now? Sorry, it refreshed again. Oh yeah, wow, you do look like MCU Zemo. Yeah, that's been an inside joke in the Discord server for a while. Hot take from Great Miss Merlin. PlayStation All-Stars is better than Smash Bros. I've never played PlayStation All-Stars, but I already hate you for that. No, I'm kidding. I wonder what Death Battle will look like if it looks different and reaches Season 10. I mean, it probably will at some point. I don't know by Season 10. Jin versus Kai, yes or no? I say sure. I don't hate it. I don't love it. What's your favorite Mortal Kombat character? Again, I'd say Scorpion. Omni-Man versus Bardock, I say Omni-Man. Zootopia should do a sequel too. That's not really something I thought about. I think if they can get like a really thought-provoking story, then that'd be cool. Do you think Sally Acorn should be in Death Battle, and what do you think of her versus Zelda? I don't know that much about Sally Acorn. And Zelda, I'm not would that be the best opponent for Zelda? I don't know if Zelda needs to come back to Death Battle, honestly. But you know, if you like it, that's great. Meta Knight versus Beta Ray Bill. Again, I'm not sure how much I love that idea, and I'm not 100% sure who wins. I know Beta Ray Bill is really strong though, and so is Meta Knight, but Marvel is Marvel. Gojo, or is that Jojo? Gojo versus Makima. I don't know those characters. How do you think Fire Emblem main characters are going to be portrayed in the animation, since Byleth, Corrin, and Robin can be used as male and female? So which do you think they'll use in the animation? Probably what's more convenient for Death Battle, if that's even a factor. If it's not a factor, then I don't know. I really have no idea. Travis Scott is a rapper. Yeah. Okay. What a mess up on my part. I want a Zootopia sequel. Okay, that's cool. Digimon can go to 11D and Omnimon is 10D. Okay, thank you for that. I'll probably forget that, but thank you. Favorite Raptorverse emoji. I do like the Zemo one. And the ones that are like based on like the Raptor profile picture are interesting. I use the mug one a lot, surprisingly. But there are a lot that I like. I don't think there are any that I don't like. Neo versus Hellboy sounds like the best fight and is truly great. G1 done a prediction blog for it is good. Okay, cool. Insert Darth Vader here. I'm surprised no show has done Mario versus Sonic. You think that with the rivalry they'd be pitted against each other, who would win? Mario versus Sonic? Like regular Mario versus regular Sonic? I mean, like, that is still kind of debated, like based on what you want to buy for like Super Sonic. I'm fine with just saying Mario for right now. Unless you're trying to say something other than Mario versus Sonic, like different versions. I don't know. Arkillo versus Asura from Soul Eaters. I think probably Arkillo, but I don't know. Axe Cop versus Inferno Cop. I know Axe Cop better. I don't really know who Inferno Cop is. And I don't know that much about Axe Cop either. I'm excited for that Who, When, and Why between Dexter and Jimmy. Yeah, it's not the next one. It's the one after that. First, I have to get done Cobra versus Hydra, which is going to take a long time. I already know. What is a cool team versus team death battle idea? Well, on the topic of Suicide Squad, I think something like Suicide Squad versus Thunderbolts could be fun. But I don't know. I'm sure there are a lot of other ideas. There's also like Fantastic Four versus Doom Patrol, which I've heard before, and Doom Patrol versus something like Umbrella Academy, I think could also be fun. Even if you just want to do the TV versions. What do you think of Ginka versus Dan Kuso? I know Dan Kuso because, Bakugan. Yeah. But Ginka, I'm not really sure, so I don't know. I know the Dragonoid is really powerful, though. Ask your thoughts on the battle. Captain Celebrity versus Homelander, but I'm not sure if you know. I'm not sure if you know CC, and if not, that's okay. I think I've heard the name before, but I don't know what Captain Celebrity would be capable of. Do you know the SCP universe, and if so, do you have a favorite one? I don't know it that well, and personally, I don't really have a favorite. Not as much anyway. What else do we have? Wait, where am I? Sinestro or Yuki Terumi? I've heard Terumi for the win, but I'm not 100% sure why. I think it's just because of like the way BlazBlue works. But I'm not 100% sure. Princess Peach versus Minnie Mouse, Nintendo versus Disney. I mean, if you want to scale Minnie all the way up to Mickey, then probably Minnie, but I don't know what you want to do with that. Poor Dante and Virgil lose all their matchups now because of that bunk. Again, if you want to buy into that, then sure. Again, I can't say whether or not I do because I haven't watched it, or I haven't read it. Do you watch Servamp? No, I don't. Not sure if I know what that is. Deadpool versus Lobo. Yeah, you could do that if you want to bring Deadpool back. But personally, I think Deadpool and Lobo, I think they're done. I don't really think either of them need to come back. Have you watched Nemesis Bloodreich's content? Not much. And I don't know if that surprises anybody, but I don't watch a lot of other like death battle YouTubers content. I watch some, but I don't watch all of them. Like, I don't watch a lot of them either. Because again, what I do in my free time is not all related to death battle. A lot of it actually isn't. A lot of it is just like, I like play video games and I make videos, but that's usually the extent of it. So I guess that's that. Luffy versus Popeye seems to be the best in symbolism than scaling to see an adventure and eating foods. Totally one-sided, but still cool. Yeah, I've heard Popeye versus Saitama, honestly. That's the one I keep hearing, but sure, that's cool. Is it okay if I draw more fan art of Sinister Strange? Yeah, go for it, man. What Lantern Corps would you most likely be in? Again, I would say probably the Indigo Tribe or the Indigo Lanterns, because Compassion seems to be what I'd be best in. In your opinion, which DC superheroes can Cable beat and which DC superheroes can he not beat? Well, I can't list all the DC characters, but I do agree with him losing to Booster Gold. But I think for anyone who's like, I think for anyone who doesn't have those kinds of defenses that Booster Gold has, even if they're somewhere around that Booster Gold level, I think you could make the argument for Cable winning. Because Booster Gold just has everything he needed to protect himself from Cable, and that's just, I don't know. It'd be hard for me to go over all of them, but that's just a general idea. What about an actual death battle trailer? Which one is your favorite? Again, I don't remember all of the ones that I've seen. I like, there's one that I saw, which was Doomsday versus SCP-682, which I thought was really good, but I don't remember who it was by. Best opponent for Captain America? I've heard, is it Kamen Rider Ichigo for Captain America? I've heard that one thrown around before. I personally think that Captain America versus Deathstroke is a fine fight, but I understand why some people don't like it. What do you think of the matchup Natsu versus Luffy? I think that's fine. I think that's a fine fight. Waluigi versus Big the Cow would be an amazing season finale, right? Yeah, if not Galactus versus Unicron, then not that. Loose is pronounced loose. Okay, thank you for that. Moomin Rider? I'm going to mispronounce everything. Versus Kick-Ass or Casey Jones versus Kick-Ass. I like... That's my microphone. Sorry about that. I think I like Casey Jones versus Kick-Ass more, honestly. Sorry, I have no idea if the audio sounded bad there, but no, we're good. Urza versus Saber, probably Saber. What do you think of Batman Who Laughs versus Draken? Crap, where are we now? Yeah, what do you think of Batman Who Laughs versus Draken, DC versus Power Rangers? I hope they both get their god forms. I think it's a cool fight. Yeah, I wouldn't be upset with that. I've also heard Draken versus Omazeo, or from Kamen Rider, I think. So that's cool too. Kevin Hart versus Chris Rock. I'm on Team Chris Rock. Do you hate it when super modes are used as kill shots and aren't given an extra minute or two to show off their full capabilities? I suppose, yeah, that does bother me sometimes, but I kind of understand why they do it. It's like, if you give them like 2 minutes of time, then you're actually using them more in their super forms than their normal forms. And you want to use them in their normal forms more, I think. I can definitely understand that way of thinking. So I understand using them briefly in comparison. Do you read Lumine from Webtoon? If so, how would you rate it? I don't read it, but thank you for the recommendation. Can you do Who and Why for Jenny Wakeman versus Robot Boy? I'll definitely consider it. Byleth versus Rian, I don't know. Schwarzer, yay, may, or nay. I'm going to say may because I don't know that much about either character. Jotaro Kujo versus Lucy. I mean, it's the kind of thing like, are we going by what Death Battle says, or are we going by, like, because I don't know, I don't have too many other indicators. I think Jotaro, like, I'd assume that either way Star Platinum would be faster, and potentially by a lot. So if you get, I feel like one good hit, again, if Star Platinum could get around Lucy's vectors, that could be good. But I think Lucy would probably be a lot more powerful. So it's kind of like, what do you want to buy into? Like, what do you think is more important? For Halloween, you should dress up as Zemo. That'd be funny. I was joking with the Mario vs. Sonic question. Okay, sorry. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell when people are joking over text and stuff. My apologies though. Have you ever heard of Biff Weed? Yes, I have. Seems like a cool guy. Do you believe in Harold Cyborg, and do you think that is enough to beat? It's enough to beat Android 17? I do think that Cyborg beats Android 17. In terms of Harold Cyborg, I could buy like a high tier for Cyborg. For Harold Cyborg, I don't know. I'd probably want to get more concrete evidence for that. Kirby versus Archie Mega Man. I don't know how powerful Archie Mega Man is. If he's anything like Archie Sonic, then maybe Archie Mega Man, but Kirby is still really powerful. Who do you think Yusuke and Lupin the Third should fight? I don't know who that second character is too well. And for Yusuke, I've heard Yusuke versus Ichigo. I don't know if I'd like that fight too much. But I think you could find a fine opponent for Yusuke if you look hard enough. I know there are some opponents for him. Where are we now? If you could take 5 things from Walmart for free, what would they be? If you could take 5 things from Walmart, I'd say probably like cookies, maybe like some like action figure that I just want because again it's free. I'm trying to think of like different kinds of things. Maybe like a cool shirt, and then 2 more action figures. Those are really like the things I think could be cool. Maybe like if there are pop vinyls there, which Walmart doesn't usually have them, but if they have them there, then like I have a ton of pop vinyls over there on that table. Hunter versus Rambo, Star Wars versus Rambo franchise. I'm not sure. I haven't watched the Rambo movies, but I kind of want to after seeing the Rocky movies. Mando versus Samus. I think Samus. I think she just scales to much higher stuff. Hey, you also catch up. Nice. Well, yeah, I'm able to catch up because I limit like people can ask a question every 5 minutes. So that's how I'm doing it. Who wins Mickey versus Mario? Can do a who and a why for that fight. I'll consider it. So I don't really want to say who I think wins if I do end up doing that one, which again, I'm not guaranteeing anything. But you know, it sounds like an interesting idea. Plan to make my own Sonic the Hedgehog TV show for Nickelodeon in the future. Okay, that's cool. Deku and Gon versus Jotaro and Sanji. Who's the most powerful out of all of them? I don't know if Deku has like gotten up to the point of One Piece characters. I don't know if he has. He probably hasn't. But Jotaro, I don't know. Maybe Sanji could do it, but it's hard to say. Maybe Sanji could win it for them. Sailor Moon versus Pegasus Seiya or Shazam versus Pegasus Seiya. I think either of those are perfectly fine. I know Shazam better than Shazam better than Sailor Moon, so I guess for that reason I'd like to see Shazam, but I would like to see new characters though, so maybe Sailor Moon versus Pegasus Seiya. The big 4 who deserve to come back are Tifa, Bowser, Captain America, and Mewtwo. Yeah, if you believe that, then I think that's fine. Bowser, I think, could benefit from coming back. Captain America, sure, that makes sense. Mewtwo, maybe. And Tifa, I don't know, because I think we've seen, like, Death Battle has proven that they have a better grasp of Final Fantasy characters now. I mean, if they really wanted to bring Tifa back, that's fine. What's your favorite Death Battle episode? Like I said earlier, I like a lot of them. Like there's Naruto versus Ichigo I really like. I also like Wolverine versus Raiden. There's some more recent ones like Yoda versus King Mickey, Link versus Cloud 2, Poe versus Iron Fist. Not saying they'd be like my favorites of all time, but those are some of my favorites, just in general. You've been streaming for over an hour. You're trying to get to 2. Yes, as I said earlier, I'm doing this for 2 hours. I'm going for 10 more minutes. Or 11 more minutes, technically. Saint Walker versus Medusa from Soul Eater has a yellow lantern ring. So you're saying Medusa has a yellow lantern ring? Then maybe Medusa. I don't know. Who do you think, or what do you think is the strongest Avengers roster between Jonathan Hickman Avengers and Jason Aaron Avengers? I don't know. I have to think about that more. I need to catch up on that kind of stuff. For future streams, I think you should set the slow down for 2 minutes. Yeah, I think I definitely need to do it for longer. At first, I was thinking of doing it for shorter than 1 minute, but I was thinking like, no, like 1 minute seems to be like I need to be what it needs. I need to do that. But yeah, no, it really didn't help that much. What else we got? Hi, hello. 2003 Leatherhead versus Lizard. Who wins? It kind of depends on what you buy for Leatherhead. I think you can make the case for Leatherhead winning. But if you give Lizard his intelligence, I don't know, maybe he could pull it off. Or maybe again, if you buy certain things for him, then maybe he could take it. Have you ever thought of making any merch in the future? Not really, because I don't think there would be enough of a demand for it, but that's an interesting idea. I will take a TV console and 3 video games. Okay, makes sense. Gru Despicable Me versus Megamind, and Titan versus Homelander. Well, I did Gru versus Megamind on my channel before. I said Megamind would win, and I still believe that. And Titan versus Homelander, I think Titan would win. I think he just has better feats. Sailor Moon versus Joker from Persona 5. Again, I have no idea how powerful characters like Joker and Giorno are. So maybe... I mean, if you don't buy like the higher end stuff, you can make the arguments you can make for Joker, then maybe Sailor Moon. But again, I'm not sure. Are there any episodes where you loved the matchup but hated the execution of the actual episode? Are there any this is a good question. Because I do talk a lot about how you need to have a good matchup idea and episode. Like you need to have a good episode execution. I'd say maybe... I do think Thanos versus Darkseid could have been done a little better. I do really like the episode idea. But like Poe versus Iron Fist is an episode I really, really liked, and I thought it was done very well. I'm still trying to think of like stuff that happened like maybe more recently. Like Hulk versus Broly turned out really well. Maybe Sanji versus Lee. Maybe that one. I don't know. I'd like for Death Battle to bring back the fight sign and a different special effect for the same KO sign. Okay, fair enough. I do want to see them bring back the fight, but I don't know if they will. Who wins between Venom and Ryuko Matoi? I think if you're looking at like God Venom right now, then yeah, Venom wins. But if you're looking at like normal Venom, that's hard to say. Maybe because I think Ryuko is like a lot stronger. But Venom would be faster. I don't know. I'll just make it easy and say that God Venom wins. Who wins, Itachi or Roderick? I think it's obvious that Itachi would get destroyed. Future Trunks versus Luminary, Dragon Ball versus Dragon Quest 11. I don't know anything about Dragon Quest, and my brother is kind of obsessed with it because he mains Hero in Smash Bros. So I don't know. I'd have to look more into that. Frieza versus Megatron. It kind of depends on what Megatron you buy or what Megatron you're going with. Usually I stay on the side of Frieza, but I could see you making the case for Megatron. Soul Bad Guy versus Vincent Valentine. Yay, may or nay? I say may. I think it's fine, but I'm not saying I love it. Batman Who Laughs versus Chaos King. I'm not sure. Probably Batman Who Laughs. Parappa versus Boyfriend from Friday Night from FNF as a DBX, yay, may or nay? As a DBX, yeah, sure, I'd totally take that. What do you think is the strongest character? Who do you think is the strongest character in the season so far? Doctor Doom. If you're talking about Death Battle, yeah, I'd say Doctor Doom. Weiss versus Todoroki. I think probably Todoroki, unless I'm missing something. What Death Battles would make you go crazy if they get announced? Pretty much anything on my list of like obscure death battle ideas. I have a video on this, like my top 5 most wanted obscure death battle ideas, because I just wouldn't expect them to do those ones. Like Stitch versus Rocket Raccoon. What is it? Mr. Miggs' Pit Leg versus Q, Inigo Montoya versus Puss in Boots. Even like especially Dark Willow versus White Violin. That'd be amazing. I would really love that. What's a death battle matchup that has been confirmed that you are most excited about? Well, I think Galactus versus Unicron has technically been confirmed to happen eventually, so I'd say that one. Also Macho Man versus Kool-Aid Man, and Dio versus Alucard. I'm excited for that one too. How's your day? I hope it's going well. It's going very well, thank you. If every character from Death Battle fought each other, who do you think would be left standing? Maybe Darkseid. I'd have to like think of all of those though, all of them. I had fun to stream. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it. In my opinion, my most favorite episode of Death Battle is Link versus Cloud. Least favorite, Lex versus Doom. So for this season, absolutely fair enough. I definitely rank Link versus Cloud high and Lex versus Doom relatively lower. Future Trunks versus Silver. Maybe, well, Future Trunks. I could see you making the argument for Super Silver being more powerful. Although you could make the case also for Future Trunks just beating Silver before he gets to that point, but obviously Death Battle doesn't really work like that, and I don't even know if that would even, if like, maybe Super Silver wouldn't even win it for him, but maybe it would, I don't know. Would you rather have plot hacks or fate hacks? I'd say plot hacks. I feel like I'd have more control over that. Like, I feel like I'd be more in control. Marvel versus DC matchups you like? Vision versus Red Tornado is a big one. Scarlet Witch versus Zatanna as well. Ant-Man versus Atom. I'd like to see all those. Who would win, Little Mac or Ippo? I don't know much about Ippo. I know the fight's been talked about for a long time, but I don't know who would win. You probably have a better idea than I do. Spawn versus Carnage. Well, again, Carnage is now super duper powerful. If you're looking at that, then probably Carnage. But if you're looking at them regularly, I'd probably say Spawn. Luke Skywalker versus Sora. If we're looking at like Legends, then maybe Luke. But Sora would still be damn powerful. Well, actually, if you want to put Sora all the way up to like Universal level, I think you might be able to more easy. It might be easier for you to argue that than for Luke. But I know Luke is like, he leaves like pretty much everybody else in the dust. So I don't know. Okay, I think we're actually. Oh, what else we got? One Above All versus the Omni King. I'd say One Above All. That's just me though. Okay, I think like there might be more questions asked in the chat right now, but on my own screen, we're at the end. Now we're getting more. The strongest Optimus Prime versus the strongest Godzilla. I don't know what those versions would be personally. My gut is saying Godzilla, but I don't know. Black Mask DC versus Kingpin Marvel. I'd probably say Kingpin. Asura versus Kratos. Probably Kratos, actually. I think he's gotten so much more powerful. Thoughts on Lego characters in Death Battle? I think that's fine. I think you can put Lego characters in if you really want to. But I think they should be against each other. That's just my opinion. Apparently the Reachers team deconfirmed JoJo Sona matchups. Oh, really? Okay. That's interesting. Also, Harry versus Percy got deconfirmed as well. I did hear about that. And personally, I think Harry versus Percy is fine, even if it is a bit one-sided. So yeah, it does kind of annoy me. Or not annoy me, but it does a little disappoint me. I stayed for the full stream. Yay. Can't believe you said all the mods suck in your Discord server. Wow. Because they all do. What am I'm supposed to lie to you? No, I'm kidding. Is One Above All versus the Presence boring AF? Kind of. It's like if you want to go into like, you know, because there's like some statements about both characters that if you really want to overanalyze, you might be able to make it interesting, but that's still kind of, you know, it's still the kind of thing that it can be very boring, especially if you're trying to put it to animation. Yeah, it can be very boring. So the hard cutoff is going to be at 5 o'clock for me. So literally in 2 minutes, no matter how many more questions are in, I'm just going to start doing the outro. Just because otherwise I'm going to be answering questions forever. You know what? Actually, maybe just for the end of it, so more people can put in stuff, like if they want to say goodbye, I'm going to deactivate slow mode. All right, slow mode should be deactivated. I don't know. Yeah, we still got some people here. Again, like if there are any messages in the chat right now, I haven't seen them yet. Oh, there we go. Had a great time. Have a good day. Thank you. Okay. Thanks for the stream and congrats on 3,000 subscribers. Hope you had fun. Yeah, I had a ton of fun. This was always fun, as usual. I'm really happy so many people came and joined the stream. Thank you all so much for your patience, with, not to say everything went super smoothly. Of course, I stutter sometimes and, we got, sometimes we had to adjust the slow mode, but yeah. Okay, we got more. I will drive to your house right now. Here's what Omni-Man at Multiverse. Okay, cool. Yes, I stay for the full stream. Noise. If Nicole was here, would she chat away? Yeah, probably. I know what you're saying. Goodbye. It was a really good stream. Later. I'll wait for the Smash Bros. Game. What's your favorite Spider-Ham matchup? I want to say Batmite as a joke, but that really doesn't work. Maybe the Bat Cow. Congrats on 3K, by the way. Thank you so much. Goodbye. Hope you see Venom Let There Be Carnage. I will see that at some point when it eventually comes out. Awesome stream. Have a good day. Bye. Stay awesome, Raptor. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate that. Congrats. Oh, you guys are so nice. Thank you. And again, sorry, I'm not going to be answering any more questions because we are at the 5 o'clock mark. But this was an awesome stream aside from the fact that you said the Discord mods suck. But again, I can't lie to you guys. You guys know I'm kidding, right? I love every one of you guys. Congratulations for 3K. Goodbye. Great stream, man. I stayed for the whole stream. Thank you guys so much, man. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, please give this video a like. Comment your comments down below. Subscribe if you could too. That would be amazing. But no matter what you guys do, thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, that's it for me. I will see all of you guys in the next video. Peace out.